Fox 10 News continuing coverage now of the death of Sean Tudor, killed in the line of duty this afternoon. There is a suspect in custody. He is in jail, and he has been charged with capital murder in the death of Sean Tudor. At some point, he will be transferred. Marco Perez, we're talking about the teenager, 19 years old. At some point, possibly tonight, he will be transferred to Metro Jail. Meanwhile, Mobile Police saying this happened at the Peach Place Inn on Leroy Stevens Road at Grelot around late this afternoon, sometime around 4 o'clock this afternoon. Our reporter Tyler Fingert has been on the scene all afternoon. He's there right now. Tyler, any update?
Hi, Byron. Good evening to you once again. This is obviously a very heartbreaking situation, and for a lot of MPD officers out here today, they were just doing their job, trying to piece all of this together. I got here about 30 minutes after this unfolded. The first calls for help went out at about 3:05, 3:15ish. Between that time, that's when the first ambulance was called to the scene. And if you take a look at some video we shot during that time, as soon as I got here, you would see that there were some Mobile police officers here, but then the numbers just progressively got bigger and bigger. More of them were showing up minute by minute out here, and they spent about 4 hours out here investigating, clearing up at about 7 o'clock, about 2 hours and 45 minutes ago or so. They finished off by towing off an MPD police car and another car away from the scene here. And unfortunately, we sadly learned why so many officers were called to the scene, because of Officer Sean Tudor losing his life this afternoon after being shot in the line of duty here at the Peach Place Inn here on Leroy Stevens Road. And we've been obviously hearing all afternoon long and all day long from different dignitaries, different politicians here, and one of them was the Mobile mayor, and he was saying that this is a sad day for our city because this officer, who he has personally met, was destined to do great things.
Tremendously sad day for Officer Tudor and his family. Our heartfelt condolences, I know from you and from everybody watching, go out to his wife Chrissy and his mother and daddy and his in-laws. It's also a sad day for the Mobile Police Department, who've in less than a year's time have lost one of their own. And it's a very sad day for the city of Mobile. The police are in there still going through the information. It'll be a while before they through processing that. But on behalf of the entire city and everybody watching, I'll just say that I've been reached out to by other mayors, and they understand what we're going through right now. But I would ask every one of our viewers to please be praying for Chrissy Tudor and the entire Tudor family as they go through this very difficult time.
For the entire 4 hours that Mobile police were out here on scene, they had a portion of the Peach Place Inn, the parking lot, cornered off from where we were standing out here across the street. You couldn't really see exactly what was going on. There's a little hill that kind of blocks the view, but they had detectives and they had officers huddled around looking at some sort of evidence, obviously trying to use that evidence to piece it together. And the one thing that I noticed while I was out here was, well, we saw all the officers hugging each other at Providence Hospital after finding out that one of the brothers in blue passed away. Here, though, it was a very different feeling, because while they did know that they lost one of their own, they were still out here doing their job and doing a good job at that, trying to piece this together and get all of the evidence and make sure they have everything they need to make sure that the person responsible for this is held accountable. And you didn't really see a lot of hugging or a lot of tears here or anything along that line, because these are obviously very professional men and women of the Mobile Police Department. And so out here, they were doing their job, and their job, unfortunately, today was to investigate the death of one of their own. We're, of course, going to stay on top of this, but for now, live in West Mobile tonight, Tyler Fingert, Fox 10 News.